So sure and so very wrong. This is Amira Serrana. She's Flesh and Blood's next illusionist. You may have seen her in the Part the Mistveil key art. We have Fractal Replication featuring Amira Serrana. Artwork here. You might recognize her. You might not. It's okay if you don't. A lot of people don't. It's Amira Serrana. So she's Flesh and Blood's next illusionist. She's going to be a blue pitch centric deck. She's coming out in Part the Mistveil. Maybe you saw her in the key art in front of the moon.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Fractal Replication. Fractal Replication. Fractal Replication. Fractal Replication. What is up, Fabulous friends? It is me, Marc Zombie, and I am back from Pro Tour Los Angeles. It was an absolute magical experience. I just had the best time getting to play in the Pro Tour, and spoilers, the calling. Getting to meet James White, and even got the quintessential LAX experience of having my flight delayed and spending about 8 hours in the airport before getting to leave, but it was all worth it. I have a few videos planned, like just a general trip recap, the events that I played in, maybe some of the cards I got signed, and just my vacation in Los Angeles. I also plan to do a tournament report. I played Uzuri for the Calling and Pro Tour, so I plan to go through my matchups and then maybe talk about the other events I did there. And then most importantly, I wanted to get this one done first. It is my follow-up to the Enigma announcement and the lack of Amira in Mistveil. Now, many people did ask James White about the lack of Amira in Mistveil, including myself. And the response was basically, Amira isn't from Mistveil, she's actually from Aria. And when they go back and explore other cities of Aria, she may return in some capacity. But they do have plans for her, and probably just not this set. Enigma, Ledger of Ancestry. A lone illusionist carrying a centuries-old tales and traditions within her ancestral tapestry. She is an ever-changing mystery like the waxing and waning moon. Enigma uses spectral shields to ward off damage and build up to her true form. Now, if you just go back and watch some of my old videos, every time I say the word Amira, just replace that with Enigma because she is a spectral shield ward-centric illusionist. Enigma's hero text reads, the first spectral shield attack each turn costs 1 less to activate, and once per turn instant, spend 3 chi to create a spectral shield and give it a +1 counter. Now, we don't know what chi is yet or how it's generated. It could be something like every time you pitch a blue, create a chi, and then those persist each round. Now, Iris of Reality and Reality Refractor are two pretty interesting weapons given her hero power of making her first spectral shield attack cost 1 less. So Iris of Reality, of course, is 3 resources for 4 go again. And Reality Refractor from Dusk Till Dawn, which has not seen much play yet, is 5 base attack for 2 resources, no go again. So if you have Enigma's ability, you can have a 2 cost 4 with go again once per turn, or a 1 cost 5 with no go again. I really like the flexibility that these 2 weapons offer with Enigma's hero power. My mind, of course, goes to Celestial Kimono, which is once per turn when Kimono or another non-token permanent with ward is destroyed, you get a free resource. So if you are using some of those ward auras, like Tomoveo, for example, you get to draw a card at the start of your turn when it gets destroyed. And also, you get a free resource from the Kimono, which you could then use to swing the Reality Refractor for 5 attack without pitching a single card. Pretty nice. Getting into the real juice of the Enigma Riddle, I want to just break down her name and take a look at the little teaser text that was on the website here. So, Enigma, Ledger of Ancestry. Now, an enigma is something that is hard to understand or explain. A ledger is a book or collection of accounts of a particular type, or it could be a flat stone slab covering a grave. And Of course, Ancestry is someone who has lived long time ago in your family. And the Enigma comes from the Greek word to speak in riddles. It applies to things as well as people that puzzles one's mind. So all of these combined kind of leads me to believe that there's something larger than meets the eye with Enigma. Again, looking at that lore text that's found on the website, Enigma uses spectral shields to ward off damage while building up to her true form. Now, this is where I think I have solved the riddle. If we look at a few different cards here that tell a story. Now, of course, there is that lady in the water, the kind of main artwork for Miss Vale. At first, we thought it was Amira. It still could be. We don't know. We don't know that that is Enigma. And then I'm looking at the young Enigma art here. You see her kind of just lying in this swirling pool. The use of the word true form is leading a lot of people to speculate, including myself, that Enigma will have a Demi Hero, like Levia and Tucklabosin. And I believe that the lady in the water is one side of the Demi Hero card. Now, what's the other side of the Demi Hero card, you ask? I think it would look something along the lines of this. Enigma Chimera, a giant monster. Considering this is the first set to be released in the Japanese language and Worlds is being held in Japan, I think it would make a lot of sense for Enigma to transform into a giant monster or kaiju, as Japan, of course, is the birthplace of Godzilla, and it would be a surefire hit to include a giant monster in this set. Now, going back to the previous two cards and seeing that mysterious figure in the water, I think that is either Amira, who is getting ready to summon Enigma, or it is Enigma herself getting ready to transform into the giant monster. I think the lady in the water side of the Demi Hero text could be something like, if you have X plus spectral shields, when you play this, transform. And I think the Enigma Chimera side, the true form, if you will, would be something along the lines of for the rest of the game, all of your attacks lose Phantasm, and maybe your first Phantasm attack gains Go Again. And that is going to wrap it up for my Amira, Miss Vale, Enigma follow-up video. If you'd liked it, prove it by hitting the thumbs up button on YouTube. Perhaps consider subscribing. And stay tuned for my other videos that are going to be coming out with the trip recap for Los Angeles and a tournament report for Uzuri in the Pro Tour and the Calling. Thanks a lot. Fractal Replication featuring Amira Serrana. Fractal Replication. This one's featuring Amira Serrana, Flesh and Blood's next illusionist. Next card we have is Fractal Replication. This one's featuring Amira Serrana. We have Fractal Replication featuring Amira Serrana. Fractal Replication. Fractal Replication.